Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with a very special secrets video here outside of Shadowfang Keep. You see, in a couple of weeks' time, on the 28th of April, it's going to be the 6-month anniversary since I left the World of Warcraft. And I will be returning to WoW for 1 week to see if there's anything there at all for a player like me who's played the game for numerous years to even contemplate returning back to WoW. Now that's still a couple of weeks away, and here we are in Easter, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of an Easter treat early, because even though I haven't played for 6 months, I still get dozens of messages from people asking me about the secrets video, and the most popular one of the secrets that I haven't done is how to escape from Shadowfang Keep, and this is it for you. So what you'll see is the area's been cleared out, so I've got a nice empty dungeon to wander through. You go past the first boss, you have the door open for you so you can come through the courtyard area, which we're just about to leave now. We go through and head towards the second boss. So yes, there is a way to escape from Shadowfang Keep. It's actually a very simple one indeed, but there's a couple of traps laden around the place that you'd better not fall into. And here in this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid them and obviously how to go about and explore the area around this place, because it is quite a rich area in game lore. And because I haven't played WoW for 6 months, I'm going to see if I can remember any of it. So here we go. Now, wait! We've just gone past the second boss, and here we need to jump up onto this ledge, and then you'll notice there is another small ledge just running across the edge here. You need to leap across onto this one. Aim for the window. The reason why is the window is slightly pushed inside, so if you do kind of like fudge things up, at least you'll land on the window frame, and then you can just ease yourself off to the edge. Move very carefully to the end, and then again very carefully forward. Now the reason why I'm going so slowly here, if you've got a small character, you can go across here relatively quickly. But if you've got a larger character like a Tauren or a Blood Elf, a Night Elf I should say, not Blood Elf, then it'll actually push you off if you move a bit too quick. So get right to the end here, and then you can see the smoke and mirrors of the dungeon itself. From here, you can jump up into the air, activate a goblin glider, and head off out into the sea. Now, because this person here is a demon hunter, all it needs to do is double jump and then glide. But watch what happens here. If you are a little bit too close, it'll look as if the game's crashed, but it hasn't, because you can actually look around the place. You've actually landed on the bridge between the invisible load screen, which will take you back to the real world, and the instant screen. So all you need to do is just walk on again. Simple as that. Just walk on again. And then you can plop yourself into the water. Now, I mentioned at the beginning about certain little traps. Now, if you go too close now to Shadowfang Keep, you'll actually instance yourself back into the real world. Think of now of Shadowfang Keep as one massive instance portal with quite a large radius. It actually goes through into the village just at the bottom of it. Is it Powerwood Village? You see, this is where I'm trying to rekindle my lore, and we'll see if I mess up along the way. I'm sure everyone will tell me in the comment section that I have. So I think it's Powerwood Village just there to your left. If you get too close to the edge near to Shadowfang Keep, you'll actually instance back into the real world. And you'll also drop from a great height, and it'll probably take a lot of your health off, so be careful. Now, you can go through the gate. The Gilnean gate is actually destroyed, and you can see the machinery from the Horde, from the Forsaken, but there's no Gilneas on this map. Remember my secrets video where I actually escaped from Gilneas at level 1 and actually managed to instance myself into the world without getting bitten and transforming yourself into a Worgen. Sadly, when you log off and log back in, the game takes care of that aspect for you. But there, you see, you could go through Gilneas. This time, no Gilneas at all, but there's a little bit of, tomfoolery here. So with that having had a look at, let's now head over towards HeelvsBrad. Now, you can see here, this area is rich with lore, as I mentioned earlier, because you've got multiple things happening. There you had the Forsaken attacking Gilneas, even though there is no Gilneas. You do have Pyrewood Village, and you can interact with some of it. Obviously, there's stuff which is as far away from Shadowfang Keep as possible. Get too close, you'll instance back in. Just to the top left, which is going out the screen now, there is actually that Forsaken quest hub. If you're a low-level hoarding and you come here into Silverpine and you do the quest chain here, that is actually the quest hub. So all of that is intact. It just doesn't obviously have the NPCs and the quest givers because this is the dungeon. And then if we head out towards HeelvsBrad, look, you've still got those two towers which now take you through. Obviously all of this changed from the vanilla and the Burning Crusade version going through into the Cataclysm version when they rebuilt a lot of the world and they changed a lot of the features. So yes, you still have the two towers now which will lead into HeelvsBrad, but this is where the world comes to an end. So you don't get to see too much of the next zone because woof, this is where we get one of those cuts. If I swing the camera around, look at that. You can actually see how it's all been constructed, how much the trees have actually been pushed down. So it gives them a sense of growth in the earth and all that kind of stuff. Now, one thing that I've always liked about the World of Warcraft is its art style. That was never going to change. It's very distinct. It's very appropriate for the World of Warcraft. And so it's always nice to see these things as complete as they possibly can be. So, without being able to go any further there, let's carry on down in this direction because I think this place is called Amber Mill. Am I right? Am I wrong? Oh, it's been a while. Come on, give us some leeway. I think this is called Amber Mill. And of course, in game, I believe it's got like an almost like a Dalaran-esque dome that surrounds it. It's all intact here. So again, our peers who like themselves a bit of play, it's all intact and it's all empty and it's all available for you guys and gals to dress up and go have a bit of fun times in. So I think that's Amber Mill. If I'm wrong, whatever. And then if we head south, just to the right of where we're looking now, that would actually be the crater of Dalaran, the Dalaran crater. But that is not part of this instance. Obviously, therefore, you can't see any of it from Shadowfang Keep, and therefore they deemed it not worth putting onto there. You see, it would have been here. If I just go here, this direction, you would have been able to see the Dalaran crater, but no, this is where the end of the world is going to be from this perspective here. Very eerie, very cool though. And then if I head down in this direction, I'm going to have to try and recall, but I believe if this should have been water, where you got this little Murloc encampment, I believe there's meant to be some water here, and that water would take you over to Fenris Isle. Fenris Isle. One of the two, I'm pretty certain about that. And then again, down here, this would lead, of course, to the Dalaran crater. But there's no water here. And there is a section cut out. Now, you could, if you wanted to, even got floating fish, you could, if you wanted to, jump down there. However, if you look around at the sides, there's no way back up. So, yeah, sure, you can jump down there and have a little bit of an explore, but you wouldn't be able to come back up and then eek. You'll probably have to try and kill yourself or Hearthstone out or something like that if you were to get out of the area. So let's move back towards Amber Mill. I want to say Amber Mill, but whatever. So let's head back towards Amber Mill and we'll go and head towards the main road because the main road isn't affected by the massive kind of instance portal which now surrounds Shadowfang Keep, so you'll be absolutely fine on the main road. Now, believe in game here, a rare does spawn. I think it's a rare elemental. One of the elementals that are in this area. I think a rare elemental spawns here. So if you're one of these completionists that want to go around getting all the rares, one spawns here, I do believe. So here we are, heading back towards Shadowfang Keep. There you see, just in front of us, would be the Forsaken quest hub. Where Sylvanas actually dies during the quest line in Gilneas. She's actually brought back to life. Yeah. It's not a spoiler. Cataclysm's been out since, what, 2010? So, yeah, shut up. So if we go onto the main road, and then if we hang a left at this next turning, this isn't going to take us to where you think it's going to take us to. This is actually going to take us to one of the farmsteads. Now, this, I believe, is Olsen's Farthing. Olaf's Farthing? I'm going to say Olsen's Farthing. I promise you all of this is the top of my head. So if I'm getting it right, I'll just look awesome. If I'm getting it wrong, I look dumb as whatever. But I think we're going through Olsen's Farthing there. And then, of course, here, everybody should know what this place is. This place is the Sepulcher. Now, this is one of the my favourite places when I first started the World of Warcraft. Brill was one of my favourite places for a long time. And then when I progressed through Silverpine and got to the Sepulcher, I really, really enjoyed these two places. Mainly because I was so crap when I first started the World of Warcraft, I spent absolutely hours here just trying to do stuff. And it was here that I got my first ever blue in WoW. So there you go. There's a little bit of knowledge for you there. So yes, there is a way to escape Shadowfang Keep, just like I showed you. And yes, there is actually quite a lot in the surrounding area for you to explore as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little Easter treat. And then I'll be back in 11 days' time, 28th of April. Yes, 28th of April with my 1 week in WoW series where I'll be returning to the World of Warcraft after a 6-month absence for 1 week to see if there's anything worth returning to the game, especially from the perspective of somebody who has played for a long time. Is there anything that can pull you back in? So I hope you enjoyed this vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links in the description down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.